What do you mean by major components of the CPU? So when we study the central processing unit, definitely ALU circuit is presented here. Including ALU circuit, lot of storage components are available. So whenever we talk about the storage components are in general are basically the registers are there. And with the registers, we are saying here some of the other memories are there that are basically known as the flag, or flag is a memory basically consists of multiple registers. So the storage component, the registers are there as well as the flags are there as well. Second component, that is the execution, that is the processing component. So we said the main component of the CPU or central processing unit is basically known as the ALU, and ALU is basically the processing element, or we can say the processing component, or we can say it is the basic execution component. So ALU circuit basically defines the arithmetical calculations, logical calculations, as well shift operations and rotate operations, etc. So ALU circuit having a great role, since in the system we always want to compute the things, and the computation part is always going to be occur via the ALU circuit. Another component is basically known as the transfer components. Since the content present always in the registers or in the flags, we want to transmit our content from one register to the another register. And whenever we want to transfer our content from one register to the another register, so this all become feasible or become possible through the buses. So the another transfer components is basically known as the bus component. So bus is there as well. The control components are there. The control components are basically known as the control unit. So the control components are there. So whenever you want to design a CPU, you are seeing here that registers are there, that ALU circuit is there, the control unit is there, and whenever we talk about the CPU, these all components basic form a computer. So circuit has been designed at here, that ALU circuit is presented here. These lines are basically represented here, the buses are there. All the ALU circuit, all the register circuit, all the control circuit is always associated with the buses are there. So buses, so the buses, the control circuit, the ALU circuit, the register circuit, the register file, that that basically the components, the deep components of a digital system. So whenever we talk about the register, we are saying in basic computer there is only one general purpose register. And if we talk about only one general purpose register, then such type of computer organization is basically known as the accumulator organization and general register organization, या single register organization. In modern CPUs, there are many general purpose registers. So we are saying a lot of general purpose registers are available there. So in general, we are saying that in general purpose register, R1 to Rn, the n registers are there. As well, in general purpose registers such as MDR is there, MBR is there, MAR is there, index register is there. MDR is basically memory data register, memory address register, memory bus register is there, and accumulator register. We already told you. PC register, program counter register is there as well. All the system of the world contains some of the register that is basically known as the A, B, C, D, E, H, L. These are the basic registers present with each and every system of the world. Again, modern CPUs, there are many general purpose registers. It is advantageous to have many registers. We are saying that whenever your system having the many register, it means the more processing capability, more storage capability your system have. So we are saying here it is always advantageous to have multiple registers within your system. So it basically provides the easiness to transfer between registers within the processor are relatively fast. So we are saying here the random access memory itself the formation of the register, and we always know that whenever we increase the size of the RAM, automatically the size of the computer or automatically the speed of the computer will become faster. Since itself RAM is the formation of the register, so we are saying that your system must have lot of register and it will generally make the faster of your system. Going off the processor to access memory is much slower. And the question can be frequently can be asked that how many register will be the best. So we are saying the answer that multiple registers by which the calculation will become easy. We have to take an so general register organization, it has been shown here that registers are there, decoder is there, multiplexers are there, ALU circuit is there. So whenever we talk about the ALU circuit, yeah, whenever we talk about the input lines are there, and it is reaching up to the multiplexer, and the registers is associated with the decoder as well as with the multiplexer, and the calculations are going to be occur. So whatever the calculations are going to be occur, that is sent to the bus, bus sending this content to the ALU do the arithmetic calculations and process again and again this data sent back to the registers, and registers again send this data to the multiplexer, and this process continue up to while we don't get the output is there. So this is the general register organization. Next, operation of control unit. So whenever we talk about the control unit, it directs the information flow through arithmetical logical unit by selecting various components in the system, selecting the function of ALU. So we are saying here R1 assign the value R2 plus R3. What it mean by? We are saying here that first of all, assign the content of R2 onto a bus. So we are writing here that is bus A, assign the value of R2. It means multiplexer A, selector, select A. Then again, what we are doing, assign the content of R3 into another bus B. So we are saying here the multiplexer B, selector, that is the cell B. Then after that, ALU operation selector. That ALU will select the operation that is basically known as the addition operator. So decoder destination sector, that always whatever the operations has been occur, always send the out bus data onto the another register, that may be the R1 register. So what it mean? What the control word define? We are saying the control word is going to be defined. That data present in the A, that is the cell A, data present in the B, that is select B, and that is the operations present in that is the data present in the output, that is the select D is there, and finally the operations is going to be performed at here. So that basically is defines the control word. So we are saying here, whenever we want to identify the control word, we take the collection of input as well as we take the collection of output. So input register is there, output register is there, and we want to perform some of the operations onto the input register value, and this operation is also the part of the control word. So the control word is going to be defined here by the registers, input register or output register, as well as the control operations or control functions. So encoding of the register selection fields can be done, and this may vary from system to system. So the hardware changes, this particular coding will become changes. So again, this is the simple we have taken here. So encoding of the ALU operations, you can say the sample has been given at here. So encoding, that is 0000, it means we are talking about the transfer of A, and it is going to be represented in the RTL like TSFA. Increment A, in the RTL the symbol is there INCA. Add A plus B, the symbol is add is there. Subtract A minus B, the symbol subtract is there. Decrement A, the DECA symbol is there. And A and B, simple symbol is AND is there. Or A and B, the simple symbol we can use or is there. XOR A and B, the XOR is there. complement A. So this is the com A is there. Side shift right A, the SHR A is there. Shift left A, SHS, SHL A is there. So these are the symbolic representation according to the RTL used. But this symbolic representation may differ from corporate to corporate. So we are saying here that assembly, this is the coding, this symbolization is particularly used whenever we talk about the assembly language. And whenever we talk about the assembly language, we said that every system have its own assembly. So the assembly is not common for each and every system. The assembly is different for each and every system. So example of the ALU micro operations. So this is the some of the selection A, select line B, select line D, and operation is there. So this is the symbolic designation which is going to be occurred inside the ALU micro operations. But whenever the actual scenario has to be taken here, that will become very complex. Next, the register stack organization. So whenever we talk about the register stack organization, the two things is there. Either it is going to be the stack is going to be occur within the memory. Yeah, stack fundamental is going to be used within the memory, yeah, hardware, and another the stack organization is going to be used in the software right there. So stack, so very useful feature for nested subroutines, nested interrupt services, also efficient for arithmetic expression evaluation, and storage which can be accessed in last in first out principle. So stack is basically the data structure which basically work onto the principle that is known as the last in first out. So whatever the structure, whatever the organizations today you see, either it is the hardware organization, either it is the software organizations, totally 100%, it is going to be dependent onto the stack organizations today. So your system, your mobile, your laptop, your PC, your desktop, your any other electronic digital system devices work onto the principle. That principle is basically known as the stack organization. So the stack organization and stack organization consists of two functions only. Either it can consist of pop function, either it can consist of push function. So push function is basically the insert operation. Pop function is basically known as the deletion operation. So what we are doing, there are two type of operations, two type of algorithm is there. So the stack pointer, first of all, whenever we talk about the push operation as well, so we always said that stack pointer, first of all, stack pointer, we will increase the stack pointer value by a 1. Then after that, the data register value will be copied to the stack pointer memory location. And if stack pointer equals to 0 or stack is full, then in that situations, we perform the empty operations for the stack. Whenever we talk about the pop operation, then in that situations, first of all, we transfer the content from memory of stack pointer memory to the data register and decreases the stack pointer memory to 1. And if stack pointer is 0, or we can say the empty equals to 1, then full the stack again. So the pop operation is going to be checked for the underflow, and the push operation is going to be checked for the overflow is always there. So this is the register stack organization for the software. The register stack organization may also be live for the memory unit also, and that is the reverse case is there. A portion of memory is used as a stack with the processor register as a stack pointer. And in that situations, whenever the hardware has been implemented, the stack organization, the push in the push operation, we just do the reverse of the push operations of the software stack organization. So we have to do first that stack pointer decreases the stack pointer value by a 1 and store the store the data present in the register into the memory of stack pointer. And whenever we talk about the pop operations, first of all, store the content from stack pointer memory to the data register and increase the stack pointer by a 1 is there. So what we want to say, most computers do not provide hardware to check stack overflow, that is full stack, or underflow, that is empty stack, and it must be done in the software. So whenever we talk about the reverse Polish notations, any of the expressions always is going to be represented in the three different form. Three different form is there. That is whenever we write A plus B, it means it is basically known as the infix notation. Whenever we write plus AB, it always said at the it is the prefix notation or Polish notation. And whenever we write AB plus, it means we are talking about the reverse Polish notation or postfix expression. So the reverse Polish notation is very suitable for stack manipulation. Okay. So we are saying here that whenever we want to calculate any of the arithmetic expressions within the system, since system internally follow the stack organization, that is the last in first out, and on behalf of that, we are saying here that whatever the suitable expressions which have to be passed inside the stack by which the calculation become fast. So we are saying here for the stack organization, the most suitable expression is always of postfix notation, that is basically the reverse Polish notation. So we are saying here the reverse Polish notation is very suitable for stack manipulation. So we can perform the evaluation of the arithmetic expressions, that is any arithmetic expression can be expressed in parentheses free Polish notation including reverse Polish notation. So this is the 3 cross 4 plus 5 cross 6 equals to 3 4 cross 5 6 cross plus is there. Next is processor organization. In general, most processors are organized in one of the three way. Number first, the single register organization, that is basically known as the accumulator organization. So the basic computer is a good example for the accumulator organization. So accumulator is the only general purpose register presented here. Whenever we talk about the general register organization used by most modern computer system, computer processor today, any of the registers can be used as the source or destination for the computer operations. Next is stack organization. All operations are done using the hardware stack. For example, on OR instructions will pop the two top elements from the stack, do a logical OR on them, and push the result on the stack. So whenever we want to represent these stack organizations, so the stack organization is going to be represented like this way. The three most common CPU organizations are first off single accumulator organization. So we are saying here the only the one register is there, and yeah, one memory is there that have to be come with the symbol, that is the addition is there. So when we write add x, it means the accumulator will store the content of accumulator plus memory present at the x x location. Whenever we talk general register organization, either it is the two register organization or three register organizations. So if it is the three register organizations, we can write like this way: add r1 comma r2 comma r3. It means r1 has and the value r2 plus r3. If it is the two register organizations, we can write add r1 comma r2. So this is the r1 as and the value r1 plus r2. Or move instructions can be occur in the two register organizations. We can write r1 comma r2. So move content of r2 into the r1 is there. Or add r1 comma x, add the content of r1 with the content of x memory and store it again in the r1. And whenever we talk about the stack organization, it can perform either the operation as well as push operation and pop operation. So either the instruction passed here, either the 0 or 1, not more than that. So whenever we write push x, it means top of the stack as and the value of mx. Whenever we write add, it means addition operation is going to be occurred here. So this is basically the processor organization. So you can solve the numerical, and in the next lecture we can solve the numerical. This numerical we can solve. Okay, and I am
Okay.
stopping here. To the lecture we are
Okay.
stopping here. If anyone having any questions, you can ask me.
नो सर। सर ये रिकॉर्डिंग हमें प्रोवाइड हो जाएगी ना उससे?
रिकॉर्डिंग में प्रोवाइड कर दूंगा, रिकॉर्डिंग उसमें पड़ी हुई